My name's Judith Sharman, and was a head teacher. I was a teacher. I was a special needs coordinator and a gifted and talented pupil advisor, and an educational consultant. I've worn so many hats; it's unbelievable. But what's really passionate, what I find really exciting, and I'm passionate about, is children and making things work for children and families. Psychology is my background, and education obviously, but what I'm really about is finding ways that we can look at what the barriers are that actually get in the way of things working for our children. If we can find those barriers, mostly it's all about just little tweaks, little changes that can help them see the world a different way, see themselves in the world a different way, and then the world's their oyster. It all opens up and is much simpler for them. So my job is really to help parents, to help children, to make their life easier. I've been a teacher, and so I was a qualified teacher rather too many years ago for us to really explore. However, what I did carry on doing was studying, and I've studied really all my life. Anything, if a child I was working with was having problems, I'd be interested to find out why. What was the solution? What was the way that could be found that would make the difference for that child? And so I studied and I did my master's degree in language reading and communication skills. I also looked and worked a lot on the behaviour side. I studied solution-focused work, and so I've come from a very solution-focused background. I believe that most of us have the solutions, that we actually know what they are. What we need is a little bit of help sometimes to tease them out. And so that's the solution-focused training that I've had. I've also done a lot of work with special needs, and so studying about autism, studying dyslexia, all the areas that, as I say, kind of are barriers for children. I've explored and done certificates in or found out a bit more about it, really mainly to try and help Johnny, help Jane, help any child who I came across. And that's made me really even more fascinated about the way the brain works. And so psychology and neuroscience, brain science, are the things that really light me up. You know, what is it that this incredible organ that we've got, that the brain, what can we use it for? How can we make it work for us? The brain is this incredible organ. It's got plasticity, which means that nothing is ever too late. We can make mistakes, and as parents we'll make lots of them, but it's never too late to really put things back together and help our children to live the lives that we want them to have. The areas that I can help people with are things like, first of all, navigating the education system as parents, how to approach the teacher without getting the teacher's back up, how to ask for extra help or to try and find out information when sometimes schools can be a bit scary places for parents. So I can help people think through those kind of questions before they go in, and that makes a big difference for parents. My background in special needs and also in gifted and talented, because that's an area where quite often parents are in a very difficult position if they've got a very bright child who maybe is possibly coasting, or is becoming the class clown in order to keep their position in the class up. So I can help people with all sorts of different areas of special needs and, as I say, gifted and talented pupils, the challenges they face. I think the other area that I'm increasingly working in is advising people from really going from toddler tantrums to troubled teenagers, looking at how family dynamics work, how really we can get people to work together as families as opposed to be locking horns, which quite often happens when children come towards adolescence. So it's, what are the steps? What are the things that we can do to prevent problems in the first place, to deal with those challenges when they come and hit us between the eyes and we didn't know they were even on the horizon, and also to really stop things from escalating. Quite often as parents, we know there is something wrong. We know that it's not working, but it's very hard to tease out exactly what to do without actually making it all seem much worse. So my job really is to tease out with parents, to look at those things and to really help parents to change things, tweak them, or sometimes fairly draconian changes are necessary. But it's about being prepared so that we don't react in situations and regret them, but we actually respond and move things forward.